All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another stream. I had an idea yesterday where I was speedrunning Gourmand and I realized that, Gourmand isn't the most fun character sometimes. Mostly just when you have to deal with creatures. That was the main problem. Some things about Gourmand are alright. Like their movement stuff can be cool. Like halfway through that stream, I realized, this would be more fun if I was just playing Reveal. And so I did the Gourmand story percent run as Reveal. I thought, why don't I do this as other characters? And Spearmaster is one that I thought might be interesting. Actually, I'm just gonna get right into this. So I'm basically using a mod that lets me play any character in any campaign. So I'm reveal it. Let's see how long it takes to beat this. I also want to do this as Saint. I'm already messing up. Probably just jump across these if you like build up enough speed. And these characters are like incredibly mobile, so I don't think there should be any areas where I am not able to make it somewhere, especially in the Spearmaster's campaign. And I did test this out beforehand. I've been saying this whole time that if you play as another character in Spearmaster's campaign, the game's probably gonna crash. I tested it out. I really expected it to crash, but it didn't. So I guess I can just do the campaign as normal. The same route that I normally take. There might be changes that you can make to the route that would be faster as Reveal It, but not as Spearmaster. I didn't want to test out like every single possible like alternate route. So I'm just gonna follow what I'm familiar with. I do need to eat food, so our food requirement stays the same. So I will be needing to eat a lot, but that shouldn't really be a problem. Yeah. I love doing that. There's not many opportunities to do it. Oh, right. Oh, there isn't that force field there. Normally you can't cross unless you do a pounce, but I guess you could just jump across. Okay, scavenger there. Scavenger jump scare. I thought, maybe I should do this as the other, like, do other campaigns too. Like, maybe Artificer. Actually, I had another idea to do Artificer as Saint. But if everything works properly in that campaign, then theoretically, since Saint can't throw spears, so you can't defeat the Scav King, you would need to get max karma, get the Ascension ability. Rude. Get the Ascension ability to ascend the Scav King, and that's how you beat the campaign. I thought that would be interesting. In Artificer's world, as Saint, get enough echoes to ascend the Scav King. So I might try that out. So I think I'm still gonna have to karma cash here. Oh, I actually can't. I got too much food. Can't use karma gates. What would be preventing you from doing that? Is there something like unique about Artificer's karma gates? Please. Yeah, but like, couldn't you just get karma the normal way and just like sleep a few cycles? So I can just completely ignore this room. Go up there. Scavengers. I didn't expect to see scavengers this early. Maybe I'll just try to increase my rep with them a little bit. They won't be a problem. So I'm just going to head up to Pebbles now. Oh wait, if that mod fixes all those problems, then I can just do this the way I'm already doing. So I'm already using that mod. It should just work. Not even touching the ground when doing that. Now, since this is Spearmaster's world, creatures are going to be a lot more dangerous, which is not something I'm used to as Rivulet, but hopefully I can get around it fairly easily. Just need to be careful and not move too quickly. Or maybe moving quickly is the solution. If that red lizard bit me when I was jumping over it, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. They can do that kind of thing sometimes. Surely I'm moving too fast for this guy to catch up with me, and then it catches up with you. Follow me. Yep, not a problem for a Rivulet. Please. I want that to be consistent, but I don't get the right jump every time. But this is quite risky, going all the way to Pebbles. So I think that wall is going to be really rough, getting past those cyans. Maybe I should have gotten some extra food, like a popcorn plant, and I could take some safety shelters. You know, if I time that right, I could do that bounce right as the gate opens up. Ooh, I don't know if these guys are nice. Ah, they're not nice. I assume that they have Rivulet's reputation, which is like slightly negative. Okay, Dropwig in this room to watch out for. Or not. There's the lizard though. Yeah, I'm gonna check. There's a pink lizard up there. Can I do this? Yes, I can. Ooh. Okay. Got a little sneak peek on what's up there. How's Pebbles even going to work? I think it works exactly the same as it does for Spearmaster. It's like not different at all. The mod that I'm using to do this pretty much fixes all the problems that would arise normally. So I'm pretty sure that the game crash is if you manage to find a way to play. Wow. Really? That's very surprising. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shelter to get this karma up. So I'll do that in chimney maybe. I mean, should I be surprised? Surely Rivulet is fast enough to just run past this vulture. Playing as any other character in Spearmaster's campaign is easier? Really? The character with the least abilities is the hardest? Yeah, I tested all this beforehand and it shouldn't crash. It didn't even crash when I played with 2 characters. That's just how I got the thumbnail. So I'll just get food from this. And it's kind of makes me want to play every single campaign as either Rivulet or Saint in one run. So like the MSC %, which is to that category is to how do I do this room? It's to do every campaign. Okay, that works. Do every campaign in a row. All the downpour ones. But that would take a long time. So what if I just did it as like one of the fastest characters? I could do it as I really don't like this guy. If I did it as Rivulet and Saint, I could compare which one's faster. It'd be the ultimate test. Although that'd probably depend more on how much I die instead of how fast the characters are. That's cool. That's extra cool. That vulture just got the egg bug and not any of the eggs, which means that it's like not much food at all. It's kind of funny because if you eat an entire egg bug, the actual bug itself is like worth 1 food pip, which is the same as each of the eggs. Also, hello everyone who's joined the stream recently. Playing very fast characters like this means that I sometimes have to focus more on the game for a long time, and I don't really have any opportunity to read chat. But anytime I'm in a shelter or a gate, I have a chance. Don't like that guy. I didn't mean to get distracted by the egg bug. Can I make it through right here? He stole my spear. I should probably get a karma flower. Yeah, sorry dude, I gotta go. Okay. No time for that. That's a drop bug. I actually saw it this time. Get outplayed. Goodness. Crazy that even as Rivulet, these spawns are still a bit overwhelming. And yeah, Spearmaster has infinite spears, but does that really help? Yes, it does help. But it doesn't really help enough. Also, I realized I was going to take a shelter and I forgot, so that's cool. Dropwick is hard-coded to camp there. Is it actually? I mean, I know that it's not there every cycle, but I do see it there quite often. Never seen it somewhere else? Okay, well, that's wrong, but I actually have no clue how Dropwicks work, like how they find a good location to stay. Okay. This guy doesn't snipe me too. So this is backup shelter, because I forgot to take the other one. I need the karma. Yeah, it's in Precipice and in past garbage waste where the dropwigs are very dumb. Forgot to do the thing there. I did get a vulture once, so one of those dropwigs that is hanging above the bottom of the screen. A vulture flew down under that dropwig. And then what? The dropwig just dies. I don't think they can grab onto a vulture. How much of each campaign is possible as monk? So if it's possible as monk, it's possible as any other character. Well, I don't think there should be any problems with this thing that I'm doing. But if I want to like try out some of the other campaigns, I guess I can ask about that. I'm actually really wondering about Saint's campaign, if it's possible to do Saint's campaign as another character. And I imagine it's probably possible movement-wise. Like, Rivulet is pretty fast. I imagine you could probably get anywhere that Saint can get. Problem is the Rubicon and just getting past the Guardians. If there was a mod that gave any character Saint's abilities when you reach max karma, I would like to know about that. Another King Vulture. Been quite common. I really like a spear right now. That's a dropwig. What does that have? Oh. I enjoy going up the wall as Rivulet. Goodbye. Electric spear. I don't think I'll be able to use this though. I don't think there's any centipedes here. Yep, excuse me. Just Rivulet privilege. Look at that. Yeah, what is up with pull hops? Sometimes they just don't work at all. I love doing that. There might be scavengers up there. If I heard correctly. No, just this guy. Unless there are also scavengers in here. No. There will also be scavengers on the top of the wall. So maybe I can get an overseer eye. Where are you all? There were just like a bunch of them. Yeah, I don't think you can hit that one. Okay. And then now it shows up in a good spot when I'm leaving the room. Thank you. Just want to have something to give to the scavengers, because I think that my reputation is high enough where giving them something makes them like passive. For Spearmaster, even if you give them something, they're probably going to still be mean for a while. Yeah, sometimes dropwigs get scared of a creature and they just run away instead of dropping down. I've seen that happen sometimes, usually when playing randomizers. Think you're safe up there? And then watch there be no scavengers up here anyway. After all that. Just stabbed each other. Oh no, they're gonna throw something at that overseer now. So hello, welcome to the stream. Stop. Was that the one that already got stabbed and he just got stabbed again? Oh dear, there's a bunch of them. I'm gonna take my time here. I don't want to reset. These overtiers are gonna be the end of me. It's gonna run. Oh, no, they're all in here, aren't they? Hey, dude. Oh, now this song is playing? Okay. We have some time to breathe. Are you working on giving every Slug ascension? Okay, that's cool. I think I will try that then. Maybe I'll do like Saint in every, or like doing every campaign as Saint, and then once that the other thing comes out, I'll do every campaign as regular. So I'm gonna be safe here and just stay in the shelter. I actually don't know if it's faster to go through pebbles or to go back down the wall as regular. I guess I'll get this. Here, every slug, or every campaign is a slug pup. I saw that as an option. It's weird that it was a different character, like the slug pup, as if it's like a character with its own campaign. Even though Jolly Co-op usually just gives every Slugcat a slug pup form. Spearmaster's campaign as other Slugcats is just better. Yeah, that's why I want to do this. So it's just a straight up upgrade. I haven't really been fighting anything, but I can just like run away from them. Just a custom for Nightcat. Nightcat is really funny to me because they're like, isn't the only thing that Nightcat is a part of? It's like being an option in arena mode and play as Nightcat. But then the community kind of made them into a big thing. So the game shouldn't crash. Yeah, Nightcat shows up at the end of Gourmand. That's their story. Yep, everything works as expected, except this time. I can just put the pearl back in my stomach. This is the wrong trajectory. Yeah, it seems like all that other stuff that goes on is Spearmaster. I mean, it's kind of weird since this is what the mod is doing. The game just crashes otherwise, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I guess I haven't tested that, but I don't know how to play other characters without mods. I realized I shouldn't have eaten all the food because I can't eat a neuron now, but I'll just have to save one for... I'll just have to hold on to one. Now, can I remember where to go? No. Now, I don't have the ability to create a spear to throw boost with in 0G. that shouldn't really be a problem. I think I might jump off poles faster. Is this the right way? Yes, I remember this room. Just hit that block. No. Okay. Why did I do it like that? There we go. That's how you actually jump off of them. Goodness. Why did lizards spin? Like a lore reason or like a programming reason? Because I don't have an answer to either. They just act a little funny sometimes. Go in. Yeah. Best AI in gaming. Sometimes I think people exaggerate that a little bit. Brain World has the best AI out of any game ever. Not really, but it definitely has the most something. It has like a most realistic feeling ecosystem, I feel. Like the AI of any individual creature isn't that great, but like the whole thing altogether is like better done than any other game. Just because most games don't even like think of doing that. Being Spearmaster's a slug pup, it'd probably be easier. I had this thought recently. This might sound really bizarre, but you know how like ants aren't very smart on their own? This is gonna sound insane. Ants aren't very smart on their own, right? But an ant colony is smart, sort of. The way that all the members of the colony work together in like different roles to achieve like some greater goal, you know? So let's say that an individual ant isn't smart, but the whole colony is smart. Now, you could also say the same thing about the human brain. We say any individual neuron isn't very smart, but the whole brain and all of its connected neurons is smart. Okay? So what if you had an ant colony where all the ants were as fast as the electrical impulses through your brain, right? So all the ants were very fast and they basically did stuff instantaneously. Would you call that ant colony now as smart as the human brain? And of course, I mean, like an ant colony can't really do much, but maybe there's some way that you could influence them to achieve some specific goal. So I wasn't able to get a neuron, because I forgot which room was the last room that had neurons in them, and I didn't want to hold one while an inspector was in the same room. Okay, now I can look at chat. Yeah. So either a game will have creatures that are just creatures and that's it, just like enemies or monsters, whatever, or other human characters in which they try to make the AI feel as realistic as possible, where the like human character actually feels like a human. But it never really goes the approach of making animals feel realistic. So I don't know how this part will go, because you usually use a grapple worm here, but do I need a grapple worm? There's really that need a grapple worm. That's a good spot for a lizard. Oh, thank you. It might just be faster to use the grapple worm anyway. I can still like throw spears and stuff. Usually I do this area with a refraction cell. So I'll just have to pretend that I'm Spearmaster. I love dogs. Doesn't everybody? This awful room. I'm scared that every time I look at chat, some like lizard is gonna show up and kill me instantly. I'm gonna stay in the precipice shelter. Or should I? Well, I've already passed this shelter, so whatever. Now, this shelter is very mean. There's a dropwood guarding the entrance. Oh, was that them? Just now? Okay, we got through. It's cool that this mod goes out of its way to make these kind of weird interactions work. But also, if this mod gets it all to work, then why not just add that to the game as a feature? Surely people want to play the Downpour campaign, those other characters, or just with co-op in general. I think that you could do it in Expedition, but they kind of get around it by just not letting you do anything story related if you play Expeditions. Okay. I can just like slide pounce over half these gaps anyway, or do a backflip like this. And now, look, riveted spin. It's real. Usually don't have the space to do this in underhang. We can be spinning. I'm actually gonna go down here. Yeah, you just jump over that. No sweat. That's a great spot, drop word. Okay, that almost didn't work out. Goodbye. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Was that worth it? Okay, no goodness. Real, not fake, true. Was that a king vulture? No. So it just always rains over here. I guess actually that's kind of consistent, isn't it? It was raining all the time when Pebbles was collapsing in Rivulet's time. And here as Spearmaster, when Moon is about to collapse, it's raining all the time. Except I guess it just isn't as widespread. I guess like Moon's condition is a lot more sudden than like Pebbles kind of falling apart for a long time. Rip blue lizard or troll lizard. Also, I shouldn't have gone this way. I mean, I don't even know how Dropwig AI works in the first place, so I don't know if it's broken. Maybe it just happens that Precipice and past garbage wastes are just kind of not great spots for Dropwigs. Actually, I made it across the precipice so quickly that it barely... Okay, I could definitely keep going without even taking a shelter, but just to be safe, I don't know if I'm gonna like ram myself into a slug zapper. With no ground directly below it. That wouldn't work out in most areas, right? Unless you mean like directly below it. And it doesn't really check if there's floor at all. Yeah, Tropics always want to drop themselves into the acid. But also, like, Tropics usually have very consistent spots. Like in Outskirts, that one Outskirts room with a ton of Tropics, they always line up in the same spots every time. They never wander to a different room. You pretty much always know exactly where they're going to be. And there's like a few areas like this where Tropics are extremely predictable. So maybe it just like works out better in some areas. Or maybe there's just only a handful of spots in the whole area where there's like a spot that works for a Dropwig. I have no idea how to do this. Be like from here. Okay, that works. Until they jump down. Pebbles Mountain Dew Factory. Oh, okay. That explains it, actually. Maybe I should have jumped into a dark room with a bunch of slug zappers that I can't see. Let's just head up there. What a fun character. Could I? Yeah, I can. Everyone's favorite room where you can definitely see exactly what you're doing. The sound effects just change, like moving halfway across this room. This is going to be even better as Saint because you have some control over your movement even in 0G. No. Okay. Hey, that worked out. I can eat a neuron here. Some specters in here, right? Please, one of you. Just go through the night, you never see this place. I didn't think about that. I got so used to this one optimal speedrun route. I guess there are alternatives. Yeah, don't mind me. Personally, you can't continue that indefinitely. You gonna say something? Am I moving around too much? I might have been moving around too much. Okay, we have some time to hang out. So this will take a while. Oh, wow. The sound effects when I'm moving too quickly. That's great. How far you can get in every campaign? I feel like there's not really any problems that this mod wouldn't fix, at least. Like, the main problem is just Saint, but I don't see anything getting in the way of the other campaigns. Hunter, maybe? No, as long as you start with the... As long as you start with the neuron, you can do everything else just fine. She's not going to say anything anymore so that we don't get this funny sound effect. Spearmaster meeting 5 pebbles. I tried out meeting Moon as 2 characters and it worked totally fine. Just how I got the thumbnail. Hunter as Spearmaster, that wouldn't really be that different. Actually, it would be very different. Goodbye. I could totally just leave. No, I need to get the pearl. Alright, and the pearl's a moon. Yeah, but who cares about the pearl, really? Yeah, the main problems would be areas that are designed for some characters' movement. Like in Undergrowth, I believe I was actually playing a modded character in Undergrowth, and I kind of got stuck in an area because, you know, Saint has very good mobility, so Undergrowth has some areas where only Saint can access, and as that modded character, I kind of got stuck. Although I think there was still a way that I could get out, just not back the way that I came from. And the raw, you know, that area is entirely designed for rivulets, so there may be problems with that. And also playing rivulets as the other characters, you would need good water breathing. And actually, the whole, like, ending sequence in Submerged Superstructure might not work out. Whoa. Slow gravity now, right? But I feel like if I'm just going to be playing Rivulet and Saint, these are the main characters I'm interested in playing. for these kind of challenges. Well, they're not really challenges. They're kind of just seeing what these campaigns are like as the fastest characters. I feel like since they're the most mobile, then there wouldn't be any areas that I don't have access to. The end is only possible for that. What if, as Saint, you got max karma and you got the ability to swim faster? Can you still carry the rarefaction cell while doing that? No, I want the pro. I just put that back in my stomach. No problem. Spearmaster can only imagine. I mean, that's something that I'll have to test out in advance. I can't just like go do the challenge and see if it's possible, but I think that would be like the ending of Rivulets and the ending of Saint would be the only problems. Perfect. Honestly, the short cycles are not even a problem. If you know where you're going and you know where to get to the next shelter, even as like Survivor, you can probably make it every time. Why did I do this? Because just going from one cycle or one shelter to the next does not take that long. I can't see where I am. There we go. Let's wait for gravity to go back to normal. I still don't know where I am. I'm over here now. I really don't like this room. Just because you can't see anything and there's just a bunch of random holes and blocks and stuff. Paint as monk. I think I talked about this in another stream, but I don't usually like increasing the difficulty in a lot of games. Instead of like playing on a higher difficulty, I'd rather play on an easier difficulty with some self-imposed challenge, if that makes sense, or something like a speedrun. Because speedruns are technically very easy. If you know everything about the game, you aren't going to struggle to beat it. Difficulty comes from trying to see how quickly you can beat it. And a lot of speedruns actually play on the easiest difficulty, because that doesn't really matter. It actually just makes it easier to go, or to push yourself further. The higher the difficulty, the more chances something annoying can happen to end the run. It's like, well, that's not really fun. It's just annoying, and it gets in the way. But just playing on easy mode when you're doing a speedrun doesn't make the speedrun easy. So, you know, playing as like Monk or as a Slug Pup or as an Inv or something in another campaign, that's like more challenging. But I don't think it'd be more fun than playing other campaigns as Rivulet and Saint, because they're the fastest characters, which means it's just another opportunity to see how fast I can go. You know? Let's just back up here. No problems. Let's just slowly go down this way. Although speedruns, you know, do have their own problems, mostly with creatures, which I'm sure that you all are very familiar with. I definitely haven't talked about it too much. the electricity as Saint. I guess we'll find out. Because, you know, making the game easier to make the speedrun more fun is one thing, but if you're not doing a speedrun, then it makes sense if you'd want to increase the difficulty. because if you have patience, you can deal with a lot more. You can't really afford to do in a speedrun. If you care a lot about the speedrun. Of course, some people are just going to take their time and be careful about it. They're not going to get a world record, but they're going to finish the run. Outer Expanse is arty? Is that because there's a lot of scavengers? I don't think there would be a problem. I do need to. Well, I don't need to go, but I guess I'll take this guy. It was fun to use them in Precipice. You know, I kind of want to do that. I've been doing a lot of speedruns. I think it'd be fun sometimes to, you know, take my time with something. Although I don't know what it would be. I guess that's kind of what the expeditions have been about, or like the enemy randomizer. Ignore me about the slide off the edge. I didn't even know there's a white lizard there, I'm going to be honest. I think I kind of want to just do a regular like survivor playthrough, just casually. Calamity mod as previous. Ultimate crossover. You know, I've kind of wanted to do something like that, where I edit a Slugcat into some other game. But I have no idea how to do that, and I have no idea what game to pick. I feel like so many games are like combat oriented, and it just doesn't really work with Rain World. Because, you know, you can throw spears, but how would you like you have to go and pick the spear back up, which means you need more interaction between the Slugcat and the thing from the other game, which would just be like even more editing. And it would be something that I would edit, because I don't want to make a mod for like 2 different games at the same time. Although that kind of thing does exist. Like someone modded Minecraft so that you can play as Mario from Mario 64. And it was like both games running at the same time. Where the Mario 64 had like the player controller where you could move around. And then that was sent to Minecraft to get like the terrain data. That's really interesting. You should go like search that up. Don't know what I'm talking about. Like Mario 64 in Minecraft or something. It's like that's like one of the more interesting mods that I've seen. But I don't think I want to create a mod like that because I have no modding experience at all. But I feel like editing it wouldn't be that bad as long as the games work well together. The Tiki summon? Yeah, they throw spears. But that's not really like, engaging, because you don't get to play as the summon. Mario games? Maybe. I feel like a platform would be a lot easier to edit. Because all you need to do is basically create a map in Rain World with a green screen in the background. And then just edit that on top of the game. And just make sure that everything lines up properly. It might be difficult with the camera. Or not, because Rain World has a fixed camera, so maybe that'd be easy to work around. And I imagine that like a custom level in Rain World that's just like all green, so you can green screen it out. Would be pretty easy to make. Like I don't have any map making experience, but surely that wouldn't be too bad. Like you just need to place the collision with the green background, and that's it. Very smart lizard right here. It's gonna be fun as Saint. So I basically just have this grapple, but even better. Nice wall bounce. Okay, I'm gonna go this straight. Maybe Rivulet could do something on that other room that would be faster, but I don't know what that would be, and I don't want to fall. Makes okay. So like an on-screen chat. I don't know how to do that, and I don't know how to do it with two chats at the same time. That would work well. So ideally, it would all combine together into one chat, and it would have a label next to it, like if you could see whether it's from YouTube or Twitch. But I think you need some other app to do that. Like I know that there's things that you can get that do that, but those are things for restreaming in general, or multi-streaming. So like you stream to this one platform, which then takes that and streams it to what other platforms that you choose, right? And then on the side, it can also combine the chats together. But I'm not using that. And I could just have the two chats separately, of course. I think that'd take up too much space. Also, I'm surprised at how not fast this is. Like, have there been any like deaths or major mistakes in this run? I think there was one death. Okay, maybe that lost a lot more time, but this is like not significantly faster than Spearmaster's run, which is about an hour. Maybe like a few minutes slower than an hour. But as Rivulets, you know, I don't know, maybe that death lost more time than I thought it did. I love doing that. I thought that was a DLO. The side of the screen. Yep, we're just not gonna deal with that. Please don't. That would be an awful time to die. Wow, the wall pounce. I might get lucky. This is gonna be slower than a Spearmaster run. Safety shelters, I suppose, but I don't think that loses too much time. Unfortunate. Like, surely this droplet wouldn't be a problem. Just flat pounce past it. Oh, we're all the way back here. This is definitely going to be slower. Oh, now it's low gravity. Like how that's consistent between between cycles. Actual bearable roof exterior. Putting Artificer in Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight was one game that I was thinking of, but I feel like combat just doesn't work out. Because like spears is the one combat ability you have, but it's weird the way it works in Rain World, right? You have to throw a spear at a creature, and then you have to go back, or you have to go up to the creature and take the spear out, and throw it again, right? So what do? Do I have to like edit the spear like being impaled into these enemies in Hollow Knight? Which means that I'd also have to line up on the Rain World side of things, line up exactly where the spear is so that I can pick it up, you know? Or I just played Lancer. Or maybe I could just remove the enemies in Hollow Knight and just have Rain World kind of wander around. Please don't. Well, they didn't. I kind of forgot what to do in that room. Like, do I have to grapple along the top or do I have to jump along the bottom? And I picked the worst option. GG. redesign Hollow Knight enemies into Rain World ones. So, what? I just feel like they don't really work out. Another idea that I had is that the spears just bounce off of the enemies, and you just pick it up and throw it again, right? But still, I have no idea how to edit that. Because with like just platforming, it doesn't sound that bad, right? You just need a static environment. In Rain World, a static environment with the green screen. Record the video of the Slugcat just like running across it. Oh, really? I thought it was fast enough. I'm gonna run out of karma. Actually, wait, I can pass it, right? Okay, I'm cheesing this now. Since I died, I wouldn't have done this from the beginning, because I forgot. But since I can keep it in my stomach, this is allowed, right? Chimney canopy, and I did stay in this shelter too. Yeah. Just pretend I didn't die to the dropping in the beginning, and this is what would have happened. Yeah, I think I still have it. The thing is that with, yeah, there's a remix setting that lets you take story items with you on passaging. But that's not allowed for the Spearmaster story percent run, so I wanted to stay consistent with those rules. But that's only a thing because you can't keep the pearl in your stomach normally, which is what you need to do if you want to passage with an item without that remix setting. But since Rivet can keep it in your stomach, then I'm just gonna allow it. And I mean, I didn't want to spend too much time on that anyway. It's not automatically on. Well, maybe it is, but it's not allowed for speedruns. And I think the reasoning is that for Spearmaster, not being able to passage with the... this is the wrong way. I have no idea what that's located. But for Spearmaster, not being able to passage with the pearl seems like an intentional design decision. Like they want you to run around with the pearl. That's like how the character is meant to be played. Love doing that. And so they want to just keep that consistent so that the story percent run kind of follows what you're intended to do. And if you need to like go out of your way to turn on a specific setting to let you get around that, then it shouldn't be allowed for the speedrun that kind of emulates the intended experience. If I explain that in a comprehensible way at all. Wait, I went the wrong way. I'm following the pilgrimage percent run now. I'm gonna say, you could have said earlier. I could do something here, right? Yeah, I can. Also, I could have gone to the left side, but whatever. Yeah, I think there is a category for being able to passage with items as Spearmaster, just because it sounds like a more reasonable category for more normal people. Which kind of bothers me because people see sword percent runs as the normal speedrun, the default speedrun, right? So like, oh, I want to speedrun this character, I guess I'll do the sword percent, even if it's like significantly worse than the other categories. Like I actually prefer Saint any percent over the story percent run. But I've run story percent so much recently because that's kind of seen as the normal category. If you go to my profile on speedrun.com, you won't even see the Saint any percent run that I've done, you have to like check on a specific option, the like show extra categories or something like that, because any percent counts as a different thing. There we go. Slightly faster than Saint or Spearmaster world record, with a few deaths and a passage. No crash, yeah. I did test this out. I knew it wasn't going to crash. Well, actually, I didn't know, because usually when I do test it out and it works, it crashes when I do the stream later. Anyway, I can exit out here. That was a lot. If I'm honest, that was a lot. A lot of stuff to focus on. Now, we play as Saint. Oh, I should have actually waited for the cutscene to finish, because you can see how long the run took with if you like take away deaths. So I can see how much time I lost from dying. Whatever. So Saint, very different movement style. Instead of moving fast and being quick along the ground with like slide pounces and stuff, it's now in areas with ceilings where I'm the fastest, but otherwise I'm slower than Ruby. Am I gonna drown here? No. Actually, kind of close. Goodness. In randomizer. I'm good. This room is definitely faster. Oh yeah, spears don't do anything. So this is also another big difference. Now I can't defend myself against all the creatures. Easier than normal. So the average creature in Inv is harder than the average creature randomizer creature. Also, try not to do a pounce when you're doing that, because I think there's a cap on your speed when doing a pounce in the air, but not a cap in your regular like standing state. At least it always feels like I'm slower. Also, I'm not going to make this mistake again. I'm going to grab a Karma Flower at the beginning of the run. I can't grab it now. Oh, hello. Mostly train in red centipedes. Spearmaster died. No, this is if 7 Red Suns actually knew how to create a messenger Slugcat. Weirdest thing about Downpour for me, 7 Red Suns is like, yeah, I'm going to like modify, like I'm gonna engineer a Slugcat to be the perfect messenger, and then they create Spearmaster, which is like the worst character. Like if it was Hunter, it would have been better. Which is what No Significant Harassment did. If Hunter was the character in Spearmaster's campaign, then it would make a lot of sense. Like, oh, I made a character that's like stronger than the average Slugcat and who's able to like defend themselves with an extra spear, you know. Because it's nice to be able to hold an extra spear when you have to carry a pearl around, right? Or a stomach. That's nice too. Rivet would also have made more sense, but maybe not because they're not the best at defending themselves. Like, they're not very physically strong. They're just very agile. Same with Saint. So Saint actually has survivor's movement on the ground, plus a tongue. How about this? How about this? Here's a crazy idea. How about a creature with wings who can just fly? Right? And you just fly over the clouds to get between the iterators that are also above the clouds. How about that? You know? Maybe that's a crazy idea. Oh, that's actually an interesting idea. The area around 7 red suns is very different and better suited, or like Spearmaster designed to be better suited for that area without. And then like 7 red suns just didn't know that this area would be so different. Especially since that's why they're using Slugcats to communicate, because maybe the lack of communications means that they're unaware of the situation and environments of other areas. I really don't like this. Vulture cat. You know, the wing cat mod is back on. Oh dear. No, why? Okay. Might have actually just been faster to go around all of this. Hello, eggbug. I took a risk. That stupid white lizard. Okay, that was stressful. Overseer? Yeah, why didn't they just send an overseer? Like, they literally already sent an overseer. That's what 7 Red Suns does. The overseer just follows you. And surely they can also display images and stuff. And messages. And also, you would think if you're going to go out of your way to engineer a Slugcat to carry a message across, like, crazy distances between the iterators, you'd want to put a little bit more information on the pearl other than like 3 sentences. Like maybe like an overview of like all like the status of the iterator structure or of the environments around the iterator. It's like, hey, here's a quick message, blah blah blah. I sent this Slugcat to help you. By the way, here's what's going on outside of your facility grounds because we can't communicate with each other. Surely pearls can carry more information than just a few sentences, right? Unless maybe they do that and we just aren't aware because they don't read that aloud to us. This is so stupid. Why are you not scared of the vulture instead? There's a king too. I want to grab onto the vulture. Okay. That was fun. I could swing under this, but I don't want to risk it. Okay, maybe it would be riskier to go up top. Nope, that's not how you do it. Oh, what's this? What didn't even blow up? Right. Saint moment. Yeah, if they're communicating with the carrier pigeons, why not give the carrier pigeon like a USB or what are they called? I forgot. But you just like, give them something that you can then like plug in, and then that's like the full message or like a full whatever, you know? Doesn't have to be like a letter with like a few words on it. Flash drive, yeah, sure. You know, I've never gone up the wall at Saint. So I don't know where I'm going. Or like an ST card, yeah. About the rain? Who knows? Because Saint can't see the rain timer in other campaigns for some reason. That's a property of Saint and not the Saint's campaign for some reason. I think it's late in the cycle. It looks cloudy. Okay, it's always cloudy. But these lizards are also freaking out. Yeah, it's raining right now. Do I have enough food? I'm gonna get food now, actually, because I can't open popcorn plants. Yeah, that lizard was stuck like halfway through a pipe. I think it was actually when I was doing Saint speedruns. That happened a whole lot in Subterranean. Where a creature would get stuck halfway through a pipe and actually get in the way. And I'd eventually die to it. It's always fun when that happens. Are there gonna be elite scavengers up here? I'm actually very scared of this. Okay. Actually, I'm not scared of it at all, because I'm aware that this is a video game and that it has no consequences over my health. Yeah, I actually suck at this for some reason. Okay, it's about to be dark. I think that the scavengers should be nice, if there's any scavengers up here. They're usually nice to Saint. I threw the fruit. Like, I'm just gonna eat this now so I don't get it confused with the rocks because I can't see it all. Yeah, no scavengers up here. I can't read written text. Well, in the iterator rooms, in the puppet room, they display text on the walls, right? I don't think it makes sense for them to display information that they can't understand. Although I suppose it wouldn't really matter, because like who's going to be writing on the walls other than the iterators? So maybe those are just messages that are being displayed and they aren't actually aware of what they mean. You invented this category? I mean, I didn't invent it, but I decided it'd be an interesting thing to try out. I'm sure that plenty of other people have done like some campaign as some characters that isn't the original character. Okay. Climbing up with the tongue faster than pole climbing? Yeah, probably. So this part's gonna be fun. Already campaign as Gourmand? I think someone's already done that. And I don't really want to play Gourmand. I want to play like fun characters. I know that sounds kind of crazy. I think that sets you to like a set speed. Yeah, that actually slows me down a lot. Wait, I want to grab you. I can't do it. Yeah, it seems annoying, but I know that most of the movement is definitely possible. Like, just EI hops alone probably get you most of the way there. I actually don't need to do this timing. I can totally make it up on my own. So now I do this. Now, I'm maybe a little bit too familiar with 0G movement as Saint. And some of you probably know why. Keep getting stuck on these whatevers, because I don't think they have a name. They can't be... Well, who knows. And there's like multiple of those kind of structures in Pebbles. Can Saint eat neurons? I don't know if I've tried that before. I should be able to. Saint can, okay. Well, I actually remembered to eat one this time. Just don't want to be next to a inspector. Also, I like how bright this room is. Like there's a glow on everything. please. Of course, I go in the wrong way anyway. Every time I try to pick something up when moving down, I can't, because if you're holding down, you can't pick things up. Instead, you drop them. A fun mechanic. But also, okay, so your whole thing about iterators not being able to read, like, why is that important? Why are we bringing that up in the first place? We're talking about like communicating or finding alternative ways of communicating other than the Slugcats. And maybe what's the problem that like overseers wouldn't be able to communicate if they try to show images? But overseers are like a physical object, right? The overseer eye. Surely you could make the overseer eye, even if it had to be like a modified version, you could make the overseer eye essentially its own pearl to store information. Because they also seem to have the ability to teleport around somehow. Which is kind of confused me. Like they seem to be able to like teleport around, right? And just move through walls. Except the eye is a physical object, right? It would make sense if they were like completely like a hologram. But I mean, if they can like to just store information on the overseer itself. The iterators are badly designed. The ancients just sort of made something in hopes that it worked out. But all they did is end up making something that just sounds really intelligent, even though they never were able to solve anything. I assume that the iterators were very useful to the ancients, because like the ancients did just like come down to visit the iterator to like ask questions and whatever. So surely like they got a lot of answers, just not the ones that they built them in the first place for. I wish I knew what time it is. Okay, we're going back. Maybe I shouldn't have sheltered before Pebbles. Oh, there's a neuron in here. Or is that normal? Get back here. Oh, that was a mistake. If only I could actually grab onto them. It's moving in circles. No. Get back here. There we go. Pilot's Rubicon? If you're still Saint, it wouldn't be a problem. But like, I don't know. I feel like Rivulet, or I guess as Rivulet too, but Rubicon wouldn't really be that bad. There's some rooms that would be straight up impossible, but there's also multiple routes that you can take through the region. Gourmand, okay, never mind. Also, this is the wrong way, but whatever. I guess, yeah, there are a lot of iterators, so maybe some of them weren't created like very well at all. Like the first few iterators were created with like extreme care and like with like as much effort as possible to try to create the perfect machine for creating the like solution to the great problem. But then, you know, as they built more and more, they kind of like become more relaxed about it, and maybe some different companies. Did the ancients have companies? Different groups of ancients had different goals when creating iterators, so maybe some of them weren't as great as others. As long as you get a spear before the first guardian. Are you suggesting that you spear the guardians to death? Do they still have as much health as they do normally? Even then, I don't think you'd have enough time in the cycle to do that, unless they have a different health. I'm just gonna eat a whole lot. I can't rely on as much of the popcorn plants. They don't know if they cannot die. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Like, they either don't have health at all and they can't die, or they have like a million health or something, whatever it is. Doesn't rain in Rubicon? I think it does. I've actually seen it rain in Rubicon a few times in speedruns. It doesn't rain, but it floods. A 1,000 HP? It's that low. Oh, that's a cool creature. Sure. Yeah, I think the rain was able to kill it because it's just instant death regardless of health. But if you had to go out of your way to like bring them to rain to kill them instantly, then like if they only had 1,000 health, why not just use spears, you know? I'm sure that wouldn't take that long. Hey, grapple worm down there. That's funny. Wormgrass too. Yeah, wormgrass can kill reindeer. Oh dear, am I fast enough? That was close. So some areas are going to be a lot worse than Rivulet, because I could kind of just slide pounce across everything. And Rivulet was just too fast for anything to catch up. But Saint doesn't have that in some areas. Sometimes they're a whole lot faster, but sometimes they aren't. Wormgrass eating the entirety of pebbles. Forget dropping the entire iterator can into the Void Sea. Just drop them in the farm areas. Which is larger, the entirety of pebbles or farm areas? So to kill deer with a jellyfish if I miss a throw. I think I've done that too. And it takes forever to get a jellyfish up there. But it's fine because you can just restart the cycle. But surely they can just get information directly from an overseer, right? Oh, oh. Go down. Let's not down. I have no idea I'm gonna get past this. Oh, they even dropped down a pearl for me. Don't follow me. Goodbye. Yeah, I guess we don't really know what overseers are able to do. But surely it would just be inefficient to have one iterator manage all these overseers if they're only able to interact with like one overseer at a time by like watching its images, you know? They probably have ways to interact with the iterators outside of the puppet, just by like plugging into something and just like sharing information. But I guess we wouldn't know about that. Okay, this is the fun area now. I think threat music was about to play for a second. I just switched to this song immediately. Please. Please don't. Thank you. Not thank you. Okay. I don't exist. Thank you. That's really weird. I don't like that guy. Vulture meta. Stupid lizard. Okay, I have enough food. Having the extra Spearmaster food actually makes this a lot better. Especially now that I can't open popcorn plants on my own. Do they open if it's the end of the cycle and it rains? They're probably only... No. This is the Spearmaster's world. That wouldn't have anything to do with Saint. Also, there's food right here anyway. Wait. Wow, I really suck at this. Okay, it's nice to know that that's out of the way. It's always so goofy when a droplet is carrying something larger than itself. I can't go up that way. Just wasn't even paying attention. Hey, I try to decipher written text. But I don't think we have AI that utilizes, like, mountain-sized computers. Or like void fluid, which is essentially like an infinite energy source. I have a feeling that Saint is going to be faster than Reveal It here. It's just a similar superstructure. Yeah, they're the same region. Can you believe it? Oh yeah, tongue. Okay, I'll do that. I don't want to die though. I should have done it right after leaving the shelter. Also, I don't want to fling myself in. Okay, well now we know. I don't think that can happen in Sans campaign, right? They went out of their way to make that work. Unless, does that work? Is that how it works with grapple worms? It probably makes sense if it worked the same way. GG. I guess like I just managed to avoid it in these rooms accidentally. Oh, that's fun. What should I do? Spin? Oh yeah. I slow myself doing that. You know, sometimes I think of a sentence to say and then I say it all in the complete wrong order. That is not the right order that you're supposed to say the words in. Oh yeah, Karma Flower. I wonder why this is here. I'm just gonna be extra careful. Yeah, I don't know if it kills the grapple worm if you do that. But I assume it would if that's why it works as Saint. Maybe I could do Saint versus Supreme Calamitous with Ascension abilities. They can fly around in the bullet hell. I know that we're not even talking about that anymore, but the idea just came into my head. Alright, I'm not gonna do the thing. There might just be a delay on it. I think she actually waits. Okay, now I can do it. Get back here. Really trying to avoid it. Or I'm just bad. There we go. She's so confused. Okay, I might actually be slowing this down a lot. Yeah. Oh, right, you can't even use a grapple worm in low gravity, right? So you'd have to like be in a place where there's those slug zappers and the gravity switches, so you can grapple onto it. I mean, I guess you could do that in Spearmaster's time, in the same area where I was doing it. Yeah, I might be slowing though. I'm gonna keep doing that. Maybe I won't. It is I'm probably making this a lot longer than it has to be. You know, the dialogue still fits. Zappers are off when the gravity is on. Yeah, you grapple onto it and just wait for the gravity to switch. I sent it in another campaign. It doesn't do anything. I've tested it out. What are you guys saying? The difference between Rain World and its fans? I mean, it makes sense. She doesn't have enough water for cooling. I just take the pearl right now. No. Alright. We're out of there. Now I could passage again. I'd only passage earlier to... So I didn't have to like backtrack too much because I could die. So the goal is to not die again. It's not a unique idea. If I do die too much, I'll just do another passage. I feel like this might also be fun as Artificer. I feel like the more creature dense areas would be a lot worse. Their movement just isn't as overpowered. But in 0G areas, that's so loud. In the iterators, Artificer is actually very fast. Probably the fastest in 0G. Because the double jumps give you like full speed in any direction you want. Maybe that would be an opportunity to actually see how fast this Artificer can move in 0G, because there's a lot of it in Spearmaster's campaign. But I don't know if it'd be worth having to go through all the other parts of the run, where you do have to deal with creatures. And scavengers. I guess that's the main problem, because I'm pretty sure that Artificer just hates scavengers no matter where you are. I find it funny that Artificer is like kind of objectively an awful character, and yet everyone still loves them. Like, how dare you kill my children? I'm now going to murder your entire species. I mean, both sides are not great at all. Oh. Okay, I'm just gonna wait this out. And not just the scavengers, it already kind of kills everyone. Everyone equally. Oh, how about Five Nights at Freddy's? I didn't come up with that. There's a video that uses that as a fake iterator name, or not an iterator name. It's an ancient's name. Echoes. Five Nights at Pebbles. I still think it's really funny that Moon names Ruby the Ruffles. Like, that doesn't fit any of the Ancients' naming schemes at all. I guess maybe that's just how Moon is. She likes to be called Big Sis Moon. We get to go to the we get to go through this area again. Goodbye. There wasn't even the death sound, it just ended. Okay, let's do that, but better. Oh, nice droplet spot. Oh yeah, I heard that theory, I think, of the ancients' names being like a mistranslation. Where their names kind of like represent some other concept, and we're just seeing their names as they are like translated literally. Oh yeah, Karma Star. I wonder where this came from. That's great. I might have to add a rule to the stream of no mentioning Railroad related fan fictions, because it's actually been a problem a few times. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I don't know if I want this to be a thing that happens on the stream more than once. Oh, I missed. Don't mention the community. Aren't you guys the community? We count. Oops, wrong one. Seven red suns. Is that a Railroad reference? Oh dear. Oh, he's down there. I love knowing where creatures are off screen. Destroyed. Wow, okay, never mind. That was a very skilled lizard. Oh yeah, for Terraria streams, I'm kind of thinking of just doing extra streams. Instead of replacing some streams on the schedule with, whoops, don't go down there. Instead of replacing some streams with Terraria, just to do an extra stream, you know, maybe on like Wednesday or something. Although I'm not sure about that. Something I'm thinking about. the wrong way. Goodbye. Okay, good job, dude. This is the wrong way, but whatever. Okay, I thought I was dead. Stealth. It's just annoying how you do a jump and a grapple at the same time, so it forces you to do another jump. You just want to go down. A drop approaching? You mean it does go down. Or no, it do go down. I don't know. So it turns out, if you die a few times, you're not faster. Who would have known? Maybe I should take a shelter. Yeah, maybe the shelter's like right here. Right next to some food too. I don't know how I'm gonna take another shelter after this. I'd like to make it all the way to the end. There's a certain feeling behind iterator name. Okay. There's a certain feeling where I feel like most community or most like fan created names just don't fit. I kind of feel like this about a lot of things, where if something is created in the style of something, but isn't created by the original author, it just feels off. It just feels wrong, you know? Like anytime, sometimes when I play mods, and there's like dialogue for Pebbles, then it kind of hurts to read sometimes. It's like, ooh, this isn't exactly on character, or in character. I guess maybe we just kind of get used to what's part of the actual game. And any number of those like fan created names or like dialogue, if that was just part of the game from the beginning, then we would have just gotten used to it. I think I really can go through this room. Nope. In-game says no. Suddenly this area opened up a whole lot. I can finally just go up into this pipe without any difficulty. For the first time ever. Okay, that was close. Okay, remember that there is a dropwig in this area. And he's very hungry. Probably my favorite way to deal with dropwigs. Just to steal their item. What is fast? That was scary. Okay, they gave up. And this one is even slower than the riveted run. I mean, I did use a passage there. Who would have guessed that hunter spawns are still difficult? Definitely a vulture, right? Or is it the rain? Oh, I can't see. Well, I can't shelter anyway. That was a mistake. Oh, they gave up. Okay, that actually worked out. This time, go the right way from the beginning. There's an owl back there. Is that an owl? Okay, this last bit shouldn't take that long. That was way too close. Every jump there. Yeah, I'll just do a bunch of jumps on these weird looking platforms under the screen where I can't even see. Oh, they were just waiting to hear something so that they could fly away. There we go. I think most of these runs were faster than the Spearmaster world record at the moment. If I even know what that is, I guess I can check. Yeah, an hour and 8 minutes. I think that run might even have a death in it. But, you know, if you die multiple times, of course it's going to be slower, even if you're a fast character. And, the zero gravity sections were roughly at the same speed. Give you Spearmaster, like even Spearmaster might be faster in some areas where you can throw boost a lot. But you know, Rivulet isn't much faster in 0G. Saint is sometimes a little bit faster, but it doesn't help too much. It would have helped if I didn't die to that Slug Zapper. So thank you guys for that. Yeah, I can check this nice. I actually want to see the end screen here. Yeah, actually all of this happened like right after each other. So 7 Red Suns sent Spearmaster who died, and they sent Rivulet who died, and they sent Saint who finally did it. And then the game just ends. There's no more Slugcats left to finish the rest of the story. Yep, look at that. That's Spearmaster. I definitely played that character. Yeah, 3 deaths. Okay, so like sub 50 is probably possible, but that's like 10 minutes faster. I guess that is a lot for such a long run. Plus like safety shelters and not knowing where I'm going. So my movement was not very good. If I like had memorized the layout of a bunch of these rooms, it would have been a lot faster. Super Nightcat. Okay. Well, this one actually seems like a solution to the Rivulet problem. I don't think the other ones are necessary. This is all you wanted to see. Because it works totally fine. Even without messing around with these settings. Would I have to have this one on if I wanted to play Artificer's Campaign? Or when you need for food quest. Yeah, I realized that when I was playing Rivulets. Like, oh, I can do the food quest, but you have to eat some creatures, so you can do that with this. Okay, well, I don't know if I'm going to be actually going on with this like idea of running the other characters. Mod list reveal. Look at all these mods. Who will I play next? Like, I don't know. Honestly, every Rain World stream, I come up with the idea for the stream like the day before. Cause I don't have much stuff left to do. There's Wing Cat. I think I actually got that mod already. Yeah. kind of want to try this. I don't know if this changes the campaign at all. But maybe I'll do like a Pebble percent run as this character. Saint, right. Actually, I do want to do that. Artificer's campaign as Saint. So, not even the modded Saint, just regular. So that you have to get max karma to ascend the Scab King. I want to try that out. But anyway, that's going to be another stream. This is a really fun idea. I might, well, actually, because I was thinking I could do MSC percent, which is doing all the downpour campaigns in a row, in any order. And like I could do them all as Rivulet or Saint, whichever one's faster, right? But given that the Spearmaster run was only like 10 minutes faster than the normal run, well, actually, I guess including deaths, like maybe a Spearmaster run with deaths would be like an hour 30 minutes, you know? So I guess it is still a lot faster. Could just use grenades. In my experience, grenades have not been very effective against Scab King at all. And there might not even be enough grenades in the whole arena to end the fight. They just really suck against the armor. Breed spawn. You just get really lucky. 4 grenades, really. Well, either way, I kind of like the idea of sending the Scab King anyway. So I might just do that. And it makes the route a lot more interesting. If it was just like the same as Artificer run, but you're playing as a different character, like you know, but if it's like you have to go out of your way to get echoes and then you go to Metropolis, like that's like a completely unique route. Bring a Vulture Grub, you can't. It doesn't work in that room. I've tried it before. Each grenade always breaks 1 armor piece, really? I guess, you know, I haven't really tried to throw 3 grenades. And usually they're just too risky because they launch... They do a lot of knockback. And once the Scab King is on like the other side of the arena, they can pick up a bunch of spears and snipe you. Anyway, that's all. If you found a consistent strategy for defeating the Scab King, I would actually really like to know. Actually, do I want to know? Someone would like to know if they want to try Artificer story percents, but I might be done with that category. But a consistent strategy for defeating the Scab King would be nice. Anyway, that's enough. I'm already talking too much. Thanks everyone for watching. See ya.